I'll tell you what, I thought we were going to be silent on day 5, and pretty much we were. I guess coming into the night pretty high on the win from the second win in a row, 2 Grand Circuit wins, and I'd said it in the show, and I'd said it to Mark McKelvey, you don't realize how lucky you are, as a driver or a trainer, as an owner, a partner, a manager, whatever. You don't realize how lucky you are in those little moments until they passed you by, right? Last week I'd won that race and I didn't realize, to me, a $70,000 race, cool, I won it, it was nice. You don't realize till you leave the winner's circle that you just want to race at the Red Mile. You just want a Grand Circuit event. And you certainly don't understand until people start coming up to you saying, hey, nice win at the Red Mile, nice win in that Grand Circuit event. And then to come back and do it today, I tried to soak it up a little bit more today. It was funny, the van come back to because the Red Mile's a mile track, obviously. It's a long way from the winner's circle to the paddock. I only had the one drive. So the van come back to pick me up after my interview, and I told him, I said, nah, I'm just going to walk down the fence line and shake everybody's hands. And it sunk in pretty quick, the magnitude of what just taken place. It wasn't the Hamiltonian. It wasn't, a $1 million race, but we had just won the international, the National Stallion race at the Red Mile, and it was a big deal. So I come here tonight. We looked at a bunch of horses. Oddly enough, I was wrong. There wasn't a lot of Ontario breds left at all. Ohio, everybody in Ohio was going to descend here. There was a couple Indiana breds that looked okay. I did like Mel Gibson's brother, right? I did, and I bid on him. Didn't get anywhere near. Actually, I didn't bid on him. Never even got my hand up. But we stayed for most of the night. I had drawn the line at the last horse I was very, very interested in was a horse named Vugu. He was a Goo Goo Gaga. He went for $50,000 right on. He was a smaller horse. He was a Goo Goo Gaga. And actually propulsion was in the second dam. Nice horse. But I didn't see him bringing $50,000. I thought like 18, 17. So that was the end of the night. We just left. Their sale is not over, but our sale is over. I left after Vugu. Hip number 977. I had bid on a gray horse tonight. One of our clients had messaged me to take a look at the horse. He wasn't on my radar. He was a Dover Dan. And I didn't realize we have a Dover Dan. We do. The big trotter's a Dover Dan. I'll talk about the racing tomorrow because I'm back at the hotel now. And I just want to talk about the sale. Right? I want to talk about what took place this week and how appreciative I am of everybody being a part of this and allowing us to buy those horses. And when I went there tonight, as I said, everything was off the table and on the table. Didn't really know what we were going to do. And then to be able to buy the Down by the Seaside filly, man, she kind of snuck up on me. We saw her in the back ring. Oh my God, what a beautiful filly. And Amy said, well, we were going to pull her out at Diamond Creek, and you didn't think you needed to. I said I looked quick at the pedigree, and I didn't see what I saw when I looked the second time. After I looked at the horse, I looked at the pedigree again. Her mother took a 2-year-old mark of 151 and made $250,000. And she was a sweetheart of a filly. Big, giant filly. I'll never forget. She went to come in the back ring, and she just stopped and looked at me, kind of sashayed to the side. And I think for a second she was thinking of kicking me. And then she decided, nah, he's all right. He's harmless. I'll leave him alone. And she did leave me alone. Are you worried this is too close? Is that why you're looking?
No.
It is. It is a little tight on both sides.
There's another spot right there.
Yeah. We'll go to the other spot. Guy had 2 trucks there. They decided they want to park. They wanted to hug each other. So I had said to Amy, I said, who is that gorgeous filly right there? She said, that's the Down by the Seaside. I asked you if you wanted to look at her, and he said, nah, don't worry about it. So I looked at the pedigree page again and realized what I had missed the first time I looked. So I walked out in the ring and I looked at her again. I said, man, that's a nice filly. And we ended up buying it for $27,000. Now, the Down by the Seasides are going crazy, right? Now, this is before. One of the crown jewels of our sale came on day 5. Right? Never thought I would get Charlie May's brother. We bought the filly at 900. That was 18 hips before the other colt. And, I'm thinking 900. I said, geez, it's awesome. We got this filly. She's beautiful. We got, later on, we have Mel Gibson's brother coming through. That the Vugu horse is coming through later. And I think that's pretty much it. we had looked at all the Down by the Seasides, including, obviously, Charlie May's brother, Slingshot's brother, Gulf Shores' brother. All of them look nice. But it's Charlie May. You never think you're going to be able to buy this horse. Video is nice, beautiful horse. When you look at Charlie May, I didn't go into detail in my email because I didn't want to bore everybody. I'm sure most people have looked at this by now. But when you look at Charlie May's brother, all right, here's the scoop. Charlie May is by McCardle. Take him or leave him. The sire. Charlie May is one of the best horses right now. Definitely one of the best horses to ever come out of Ohio. The Meadowlands Pace, he was set back. Remember that huge controversy that's still ongoing? He's taken America 147. That was in a stake race he won in July. 47-1 July of this year. Charlie May. The brother, he's got the one brother, Shane Falco, took America 49-2 and a 5/8. He's by Racing Hill. There's an Arch Chip. Now, somebody was explaining who Arch Chip was. I've never heard of Arch Chip. Indiana, Ohio, I'm not sure. He's got a brother that made $200,000, took America 50-3 by Arch Chip. Another Arch Chip. Another Arch Chip. Then there's a I looked it up. There's a Major in Art. So I'm not making fun of the sires. It's not up to me to do that. But they're not brand name sires. They're not really like, oh my God, that's a nice sire. And then you throw a Down by the Seaside brother to Charlie May. By far, and no disrespect to Charlie May, no disrespect to McCardle. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that had great McCardles. He's thrown great horses. The good horse at McWicked is McCardle, right? So tons of great McCardles. But he is not Down by the Seaside. So we bought a Down by the Seaside brother to Charlie May, and I got thinking after, I'm like, who else is in the finish? Sky Dancer Hanover, Racer Hanover is in the second dam. $427,000 and $564,000, so another $1 million in the second dam. It was Charlie May's brother. So, how don't we buy the horse for that? Ohio has become one of our foundation jurisdictions. It's still a place where you can buy a horse, buy a good horse. Buy any horse. Have any shot. So we capped out day 5 by buying a beautiful, and I mean gorgeous, wait until you see her, gorgeous Down by the Seaside filly. Let me give you a little heads up on her. So the mother's name was Foxy Rigger. She took a 2-year-old mark of 151-1, made $241,000. Now, aside from Foxy Rigger, I didn't look at this. There's another horse in this family, Foxy Maneuver, 48-2, $878,000 made. Famous Last Words, 51 flat, $237,000 made. So there's lots of money and lots of speed in this family, but I didn't care about that. I never even looked at the page closely until I saw the filly herself. So we capped out a sale. Let's see if I can do this quick. We capped out a sale. We bought the 2 horses tonight. We bought Pelican Owl, and we bought, what was the name of that filly? What's her name? Foxy Seaside. So that was tonight. In Lexington this year, we bought a Captain Treacherous that looked incredible. We paid a lot for him. We bought Grand Slam Deal. That was the propulsion filly. That was my top pick in the entire sale. Of all the horses that we looked at, we had to look at how many? We had to look at 500 horses. You think? 400 or 500. A lot. Doesn't matter. I think we looked at 400 or 500 horses. Of all the horses I saw, Grand Slam Deal was my favorite. And then we got Kierkegaard's, and that was Up Your Dio's sister, by the way. We bought Kierkegaard's full brother in Memento Mori. We bought the half-brother to the world champion, Westland Quest, in Westland Warrior. We bought a first foal from a Donato Hanover mare by Wallner, and she was a sister to Wild Honey, $1 million made world champion. Melisandre, one of our crown jewels of the entire sale, Kimmeridgian's sister. The second dam is a dam of Rebuff and Non-Stick and Rum Boogie in the bottom there. I was super excited about that filly. Southwind Idex, probably one of the, although $54,000 is not much of a flyer, right? That's not really flyer material. but one of the most interesting horses we bought. Definitely one of the most interesting videos I've seen all year. Rosetta, the half-sister to Green Tea that we purchased. Another Walner, $27,000. Green Glitter, we bought a couple of puzzle pieces. This was one. Green Glitter fit in perfectly. $23,000 Green Shoe filly. We bought Dr. Rucker's horse, Entrant. Got an entire bucket, an Ontario bucket started up for everybody. Chicago Hall, Casanova Hall's brother, purchased him. Great family. Came right back with, ended the day with my top pick of the day 3 session. That was Jimboree, Chimpanzee filly out of a sister to Crystal Fashion. Greg had mentioned tonight, he said it was funny because Crystal Fashion raced against Insider Trading's brother tonight. JL Cruz. That's right. So Jimboree, we ended up with her, right? Started off the next day with the Muscle Mass colt, Gaslight Hall. Then we went to a Resolve filly, again, one of those puzzle piece horses. Not an overly incredible pedigree, but a good-looking filly. Number 669, Resolve Indeed. Another horse that fits in with what we're trying to do, Manhattan Money. That was the second foal from a Muscles Yankee mare, and a ton of pedigree underneath. Horse that I wanted, a True Flyer, the $6,000 filly by Tactical Landing, a ton of European blood in there. Didn't know what any of it was. Had never heard or seen of any of the horses other than the fact that it was an Enjoy Levesque mare. But her herself, beautiful filly. And then we got to tonight. Down by the Seaside filly, Foxy. And then ended up with, how do you have a better sale ending purchase than the brother to one of the best horses on the planet right now in Charlie May? So to say we had a good sale would be a gross understatement. Now, I had sent an email out to everybody and said, listen, we don't really have room in the buckets for Charlie May's brother. So I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to give them to everybody. Tomorrow, all shares of him will go up. And after a few days, if there's a few left, then I'll take them if you don't want. But I suspect anybody out there in Ohio or likes racing in Ohio that are partners of ours in Ohio, we just bought the brother to the best horse maybe that ever left Ohio. One of them, Pet Rock, was great. There's been some great horses. But Charlie May is right up there. So with that, I'm going to let you go. It has been an unbelievably great sale for the stable.ca. I guess that's not fair to say. We won't know until next summer. But it certainly looks like a wonderful start to 2024 long before 2023 ends. So with that, I'm going to let you go. I hope you guys had a wonderful time following us along at the sales, both the Ohio sale and the the Lexington sale. Up next is Ontario, then Harrisburg, and then bring on Santa. So with that, I'll talk to you all soon. I hope you had a great weekend, a great week, and a wonderful sale following us along. I'll talk to you all very soon. Take care.